A war is not enough to get Terrell Starr to leave Ukraine. Not even racism that he's witnessed and experienced would keep him from doing the work to save lives.
So we may not call it racism or anti whatever, right? But they have their own kind of prism of race, and ethnicity, and using it in a discriminatory manner. So
Detroit native Terrell Starr has seen racism in Ukraine. Viral video of black Ukrainians not allowed to board a train to escape the war-torn country. How does that make you feel as a black man living in Ukraine?
Disappointed and sad. And it's also predictable because this racism that we see was always there.
Starr has experienced racism in the country from day one. He moved to Ukraine in 2009.
I had about 4 months rent in advance to pay to whoever who was going to be my landlord. The first 7 places we went refused to accept me because I was black. I mean, They straight up told me, we don't take black people, straight up.
Encounters with police he also blames on the color of his skin.
I was stopped so many times to fight cops. I just stopped. I at about stop number 30, I stopped keeping count.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Because he's a black American, Starr feels that he's treated better and oftentimes given privilege over blacks from other nearby countries. Despite the racism that he's experienced in the past, he does admit things have gotten better. What is it in your heart as a black man to still help a predominantly white amount of refugees get to safety?
At the end of the day, the vast majority of Ukrainians are good people. And I wouldn't be here if the majority of my experience were negative. 99% of my time in Ukraine has been really good. I would say that 1% is just really awful.
Things have improved over the years, and those good times has him leading white Ukrainians to freedom, risking his own life at times. How would you, if at all, how would you compare this to the Underground Railroad?
But yeah, it's interesting you ask that. So Underground Railroad during slavery is vastly different. I wouldn't compare it because, if it was the Underground Railroad, it would be white people taking me to freedom as opposed to me taking them, right? I think the same principle of people looking out for each other and understanding a general inequity in the world. Mm-hmm. And you have this small network of people who are saying we're going to assist one another.
And he credits his upbringing in the city of Detroit for helping him get through it all.
If it were not for Detroit, if it were not for the street smarts that I developed growing up on the west side of Detroit, growing up on Scotton Avenue, and I would not have the mind frame to navigate this space. I also am a believer. I am a follower of Jesus Christ. I am a person who believes that my God will take care of me. I believe that my purpose of being here is God sent. And so because I have a Christian duty, I think as Christians, we are deployed to where God wants us to be.
And Starr believes that God wants him in Ukraine right now. He's taken a break for a little bit to come home to Detroit sometime next month, but then he's going right back to the country to continue to help people and continue with his reports. You can follow him on Twitter. We posted a link to his page on clickondetroit.com. Everett Cassimy, Local 4.